Hey everybody, this is Kodak here, and it's time for some more Bakugan Battle Planet. At my local Target, they actually had some of the Core Bakugan. These are the basic setup. They are the less expensive $7 Bakugan. They have a simpler transformation gimmick, and they actually come with a bit less. This was all I could get at my local Target. I called ahead, and somebody managed to stumble across a box for me to pick through. They didn't have any of the other stuff. They didn't have, like, the case or the starters or anything. I really need to get my hands on a starter deck. But they did allow me to go through this. The rest of the reset for them is happening on the 6th. Walmart's reset is started happening yesterday on the 1st, on the 2nd. Anything that leaked beforehand just kind of hit the shelves. But yeah, these are the basic Bakugan, as you can see compared to a deluxe box, which I can even slip behind it here. You can see that these are quite a bit smaller. You can tell there's definitely a size discrepancy between the package. And while the Ultra Bakugan have both a complexity gauge and a picture of the Bakugan included inside, for the Core Bakugan, it is just a picture of Pyrus Dragonoid, and that is true across all of them, which is a little strange once I show you how the back of the packaging look, but it gives the image of something that is fairly straightforward. Now, it's a set of 16. They had, like, of course, you have Dragonoid and Trox, and they had 2 different versions of Fangzor. They also had Pegatrix and Nillious. Pegatrix I grabbed because it was one of the ones I was excited about. It's also, to date, the only other solo Chaos Bakugan aside from the Chaos Garganoid that I showed off before. And I grabbed Nillious, Darkest Nillious, because it looks like it actually has a lot of really interesting support cards. And it was 1 in 16. The very rare Bakugan, like the Auralus Bakugan or the Diamond Bakugan, those are shipped 1 in 16. You only get one of them per case, so they can be kind of hard to find. In this case, the Bakugan that are the 1 in 16s were Ventus Fangzor, which is the snake. We, of course, have Auralus Dragonoid and Diamond Dragonoid. Diamond Dragonoid, I don't know. I was tempted to pick up Dragonoid, but here's the thing. I can't imagine that I will have any difficulty finding a copy of Pyrus Dragonoid. They come 3 per set of 16, and I'm sure that they're going to come in a lot of other sets. But Nillious was one of the other 1 in 16, so I figured I'd pick up Nillious. I think there's some Nillious in the multi-packs. I haven't managed to find any of those, but we'll get to take a good look at that. But anyways, Nillious is one of the 1 in 16, and there are some differences with these Bakugan. Let's take a look at the back of Nillious' box. As you can see, despite the fact that it has what appears to be a universal across the way for everybody character box here, like you'd expect for like a random booster, it has Nillious specifically printed on the back. And as you can see here, it comes with 1 Bakugan and 2 Bakugors, just like the Ultra Bakugan, but here's the difference. The basic Bakugan only come with the character card. They don't come with any additional card. And for the case of Diamond Dragonoid, that means it only comes with the evolution card, like the card for Diamond Hydorus Ultra. And unlike Diamond Hydorus Ultra, which comes with the base character card, Diamond Dragonoid comes with only the Diamond Dragonoid card. So you cannot play it right out of the box. That's a bit of a pain, if you ask me. I certainly hope that is something they're going to put some effort into fixing in the future, is maybe making it possible to get more Bakugan, more cards in with the Bakugan. Like a guaranteed rare for each Bakugan would definitely increase the value, but otherwise it's very similar to the packaging from the Ultra. It just says Pop Open Baku Action. These Bakugan work like the classic Bakugan. They roll onto the core and they open up, attaching at the base. No funny flips or tricks or anything, and we also have Pegatrix, Trox, Dragonoid, and Fangzor on the back. So, I guess since we've already taken a look at Nillious' packaging, we will spend this episode looking at the Nillious Bakugan. Okay, so here's a bit of a closer look at Nillious still inside the packaging. We, of course, have the 2 Bakugors, the Helix and the Fist. The Helix seems to be one that is plus to one and minus to the other, or some sort of other mixed or chaotic effect. We'll take a look at what Nillious' Helix core looks like, but one thing that you notice is missing is that this basic Bakugan, from at least in the bottom tray there, does not contain transformation instructions, a checklist, or quick play rules. Those might be somewhere else in the box. They might be behind the Bakugan here, behind the round disc that separates them, but so far it seems to be missing that. It's a bit of a shame that it doesn't look like it comes with a checklist. Like I said, I'm going to open this package to confirm, but if it doesn't come with a checklist, that is a little bit disappointing, as I would like basically every product to come with a checklist so you can tell what it is. I mean, the checklist from the Ultra ones do list the basics, so it'll be nice to see. Now, let's get this thing open. And here it is, the contents of the Nillious starter pack. It might be a little difficult to make Nillious out from my mat here, but I promise it's there. So it comes with the Bakugan, the character card, 500 power, 2 starting damage, so fairly typical middle-of-the-road character, maybe slightly more defensive with the higher power, as well as a Fist and a Helix Bakucore, the two that match the ones that come on the card. Although, as I feared, there is not a checklist nor a set of quick play rules included with this Bakugan, and I kinda don't know why. Like I said, those things, it's just as important for these sets as any of the other sets. The Ultras do come with it. I certainly hope they don't think that including a checklist and a set of rules are some sort of premium service, because that's really how this has come off so far. And feeling Nillious itself, it feels incredibly light, is the thing about Nillious. It feels lighter than a lot of my B2 Bakugan, like the one I'm using it for the point of comparison, which is going to be Ingram here. So Ingram is the one I'm using for a point of comparison. It is larger than Ingram, Nillious is, but it feels a little cheap. Compared to the Ultra Bakugan, Nillious almost feels like something made out of like Happy Meal plastic. It feels a little bit like the Bakugan toys they put out at McDonald's a while ago, which is a little disappointing. I was expecting something at least a bit higher quality, especially since they're asking $7 for these darn things. That's a bit of a problem with this new set, is they are very expensive. They want $7 for these basic ones and $10 for the Ultra. The Ultra seem to at least have some of the quality to back it up, but hopefully they're not all like Nillious. I got Pegatrix as well. Now let's see how Nillious opens. And so here is our transformed Nillious. As you can see, it is a transformed with a dragon with a couple of snake heads here. It's got the 2 wings. It's got some arms that are tucked in. It has a tail that comes down in the back. It has mostly purple accents. It has a few green ones here and there, but Nillious is remarkably shy on having any kind of green on it. It's mostly the classic darkest black and purple. Like I said, it does feel and look a tiny bit cheap. Oh, there's the power in the back there. Baku 500. So yeah, I think I can say for certain that these powers printed on the Bakugan are meant to match those on the card, which is why there hasn't really been any effort to conceal them. But like I said, it feels incredibly lightweight and perhaps a tiny bit cheap. One thing that is nice is that the feet they are spring-loaded and they do unfold themselves. There's definitely some work put in to make these things transform more nicely. I do wish they'd invested a little bit more in materials. Man, I just can't get over that. But otherwise, the paint job looks fairly average for a Bakugan of the tier, as you would expect. It's maybe not the cleanest, but it's fairly nicely painted. It perhaps looks a bit bare on the front here. I would have loved to have seen maybe a bit of detail on the chest, but it's not bad so far. Like I said, power 500. The Fist is power plus 100 to everything, and an additional plus 3 damage for Pyrus or Darkus. And the Helix, as I predicted, plus 500 B power for minus 1 damage. So ups your power but lowers your damage. It's kind of interesting seeing that sort of trade-off, how some Bakugan have really high damage but others have really high power. So it's do you pick priority or force? That's actually a really interesting question to ask as far as the game is concerned. So yeah, maybe not that impressed with Nillious. Nillious is, to my understanding, available in all of the basic attributes. So pretty much anyone can run a Nillious, and Nillious has a lot of interesting support cards, both the darkest one, which is basically dump your hand to win, and the Chaos one apparently also has some interesting effects. So it'll be interesting to see where Nillious goes from here. So that's a look at Nillious from Bakugan Baku Planet. Tune in next time where we take a look at the final single Chaos Bakugan, Pegatrix.
Bakugan Brawl, it's a big brawl. Bakugan Brawl is for it all. Bakugan Brawl,
powers in our hand, take a stand, saving everyone.